Awesome. Okay, great stuff. All right, moving right along. We have a very special guest. He's part of our medical advisory board, and he's going to talk to you today about a tool, okay, about a tool to help you build your business and educate people so you don't have to about our products and about what we do. Everybody say, I want to be a messenger so I don't have to be the message. The tool becomes the message because the message is not duplicatable, but the tool that tells the message is. And who knows that you can go out and you can be a great salesperson, you can go out and you can sponsor a whole bunch of people. But if people look at you and feel like they can't do what you do, guess what? It's not going to grow. But if you can be a great messenger and you can look at the person that you're sponsoring or your customer and say, is there anything I did with you that you couldn't do to all of your friends? You want them to be able to say, you know what? I can do everything you did to me because you didn't do anything. You just gave me a tool. And then people in your business start giving out tools, and then all of a sudden, you have hundreds of people giving out tools who have hundreds of people giving out tools. It starts to duplicate, and you can't stop it. And what he's going to talk about is one of the most valuable tools that we've ever seen, me in the last 5 years, to help educate people about our products and our business. Again, he's a part of our medical advisory board. He's got 14 years experience, not as a physician. He's got decades as a physician, but 14 years experience of how to integrate that into your network marketing business. He's got 2,500 of these tools that he brought with him, and he says he's not leaving with any on the airplane. So 2,500, remember that, and get yours before they sell out, because I promise you people are going to buy more than one. So without any further ado, stand up on your feet and give an incredible gymnast welcome to Dr. William Amzallag.
Forever young, I wanna be.
Well, I have the honor today, for the first time in my life, by the way, to present my book, The Promise of Immortality. Yes, I shoot very big. Means immortality. Something very important, and I want you to listen why I did that. You see, it's a book which we will talk about many things. But the first things that you want to know is, why did I write this book? About a few years ago, I have some health challenge. And I have rheumatoid arthritis, I gained weight, and I was not good 6 years ago. And I decided to do something. I did exercise, I changed my nutrition, I changed my thought, I changed many things. And look, things happen and things come back to normal. But I find something very interesting, that while I was doing that, I look younger, I felt younger, and I think younger. So I decided to write this book for several reasons. The first reason is personal. You know, my kids that you will see here, my kids was always telling me, Dad, what are you doing exactly? So I decided to give them a legacy, to tell them, okay, this is what I'm doing. Look, to my children, to my grandchildren, to my grandchildren, which is coming. I have 5 kids, 10 grandchildren, and maybe very soon a grandchildren. So, just for a story, you know, here you see some of my children, and the one which is here is one of my children. She said, her name is Leticia, and she told me, Dad, will you hold my hand when I will give birth? I will deliver like you did with all the other children. Will you be there when I get married, and I thought, I will be there, but I want to be there with all my energy, with a mind of a young man, with everything, not to be an old person who go to the marriage of her children. And this is one of the reasons that I wrote this book. The second one is professional. You know, I was compiling my notes, and I find out who has the world record of longevity. And this is lady. This lady here hold until today the world record of longevity. She lived 122 years. And you know what? By reading her story, I find out that she was just what we call an ordinary woman. You know what? She was not perfect. She smoked. She was doing plenty of human things. I mean, and when people ask her as a secret, she said, I have no secret. I'm here. That's it. So I tell myself, if she can do that, why not me? Why not you? Why not us? And this become my credo, you know, my creed. In my opinion, you know, any death which will occur before the age of 122 years should be considered as a premature death. You agree with me? So let's take that as a first base, knowing that we can go much, much, much further, okay? You know, many people think, if I have 10 years less with my experience today, you see, if I was 20 years less with my experience of today, what? But on the other side, wow, if I have 20 years more, or even 20 years more, 30 years more, I can do a lot of things that I did have time to do. So yes, that's why I wrote this book. And in fact, this book is divided in 5 parts. The 5 parts you will see are logical. The first one, the part one that you just see before, is about the basic, the science which will help you to understand the key players. And what are the key players is health. I will explain you what means health exactly, and homeostasis, the balance. I will explain you how the cells work. What is the role of DNA? What is the role of the cell's membrane? Very few people know how important is the cell's membrane, and you will learn that in the book. And then I will give you the basic of genetics. Genetics are the revolution of today, the future. That's why you have to understand why we have chromosome, why we have gene, and so on and so on. In the second part, we are talking about why are we aging? Why do we have to age? Well, is aging a necessity? That's the question that we will help to resolve. So basically what we have to know in this chapter, that aging, the chronologic age, is not anymore accurate. You see, aging is not the result of accumulating birthday. And you will learn where aging is. Aging is in our cells. Aging is in our DNA. And I will explain you why. Why we have 3 basic major causes of aging inside our DNA. The most important, and you will learn why, is DNA damage. We have plenty of damage. We have almost 500,000 damage a day. And I will explain you where they come from. We have also the second way of aging is telomere shortening. Telomere shortening give us, unfortunately, each time that the telomere shortening, the cells will stop to divide. And finally, our stem cell pool, which is shrinking. And then you will have a good idea of why we are aging. The part 3 will give you, it's a logical part, which give you what we can do, how we can rejuvenate. And that will be a fantastic thing, because we're talking about stem cells. We're going to talk about nanomedicine. We're going to share with you everything which happened today, which will help you to live much longer. A special chapter will be about stem cells. Stem cells is a revolution, and you have to understand that what we can do with stem cells. Just to give you very quickly, you know, stem cells is the source of all our cells. So we can do a lot today. We can change medicine with stem cells. We will talk also about nanomedicine. It's something that very few people know, how important will be nanomedicine, how important will be what we call this nanorobot, which can go inside the cells and treat the cells one by one. You know, instead of having a chemotherapy killing a lot of different cells, we will be able to do that, you know what, at the molecular level, even at the atomic level. And that is done today. You will see that in my book. The next part will be maybe the most important. The most important is the role today of supplementation, of food supplement. Today, food supplements have reached a credibility which nobody can contest, nobody can challenge anymore. And for anti-aging, I will explain you that we have a large spectrum of products which will work by 2 ways. You know, one, the way of delaying aging, and the second one, which will be reversing aging. Reversing aging is the future of the food supplement. Delaying aging, of course, is good because you are going to stop or to delay diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease, Parkinson, Alzheimer. But with reversing aging is something totally different. You know, we are reversing aging because we will be able to play with genes to activate or deactivate genes. And that is the future of medicine. And I give you an example, a pure example that you know, which is telomerase activator, you see? And telomerase activator has the ability to lengthen telomeres. Show you the example, you see? And this is, again, the future of medicine. How we can work with a gene and how we can activate or deactivate certain genes. And also then we come to the promise of epigenetic. Epigenetic is what we call above genetic, how we can express the genes, how we can do something. And the perfect example will be what we call nutrigenomic, the way that we eat food can influence our genes, and our genes can influence the way that we eat. And this is very important. Part 4, the part 4 will tell us about lifestyle. So lifestyle is maybe the most important part of this book. If you follow our advice in lifestyle, I guarantee you, you will live longer. So healthy lifestyle, increase longevity. Nutrition, for instance. Nutrition will influence our lifestyle. Everything in the nutrition will express our genes. Physical activity, exercise, will influence our genes. But also emotion and stress can influence emotion. But also our attitude, our relationship can influence our gene and expression. And also the telomere. You know, lifestyle will delay telomere shortening. And the last part, and the most important, will be to take all that, to put that in action. How to, all this knowledge, how to put it on a daily basis. I will tell you about our G-Life plan, J-Life plan program, J-Life nutrition, J-Life stress, J-Life physical activity. I just have 10 minutes to show you that, then I have some concluding remark. Does my promise of immortality can be taken? You will see. But there is something even more to tell you, you know. Live as you were to die tomorrow, but learn as if you were to live forever. My name is William Amzallag, and I am Generation Young. I urge you just to tell you very quickly, I'm going to sign the book from 1 to 3 o'clock here. We have 2,500 books. The company told me that they will not bring back anything to Orlando. So what is remaining, I have to put it in my suitcase and bring back to France. I count on you not to force me to take all these books to France. Thank you very much. See you at the signing. Bye-bye.
Forever young.